Hello, I'm Julian Allwood. I'm one of the engineering fellows here at St Catherine's College, and like most of us, I split my time between the college and the department. So today we're going to go and have a look in the department. And here we are 5 minutes later, just down the road at the engineering department. Let's go and have a look inside. This is the largest lecture theatre in engineering, where we can sit all 340 of our first year students. And in the first term, I teach the lectures on structural engineering in here. Here's a picture that was given to me by some first year students who'd enjoyed some aspects of my first year structures lectures. I think that year I did a case study on whether we could all live in a yellow submarine or not when we were looking at the stress analysis in the walls of the submarine. So on the last lecture, they presented me with this beautiful golden yellow submarine. This is a sheet of flat metal that you can see has been shaped, and it's been shaped using one of the machines we invented and built in our lab downstairs. The machine places a smooth indenter on the sheet, then moves it around, and as it presses down it creates a kink, and the kink integrates into a deformed shape. So a bit like computer-controlled cutting machines, we can create any shape by programming the tool to move in a different direction. And during the undergraduate degree, we start from the first year structures lectures that I give, where we introduce the idea of stress analysis, building on what you learnt at school about force and stress in a spring when you learnt about Hooke's law. We also think about what happens when the metal goes beyond its yield stress and starts to change shape. And then in research, we're trying to apply that to think of new ways that we can shape the metal. This is some samples from a test rig we invented. One of the subjects you study in undergraduate engineering is materials, which could be a whole degree. So it's in engineering, we just get an overview of it. But aluminium, as you probably know from school chemistry, is a very reactive metal. And if you pull it while you're also pressing two pieces together, in pulling it, you crack the surface oxide layer, revealing the very reactive naked aluminium underneath it, and it can then cold weld. So that's used to make the back of fridges, the cooling fins on the back of fridges, and we wanted to understand the science of it. So we invented these test samples where we pulled them, squeezed them, and then could look in great detail at what happens in the joint. Well, thanks very much for taking an interest in engineering. It's by far the best subject that anybody could study, and I love it. It's been the whole of my life. And if you're doing your UCAS applications this year, then best of luck.